Good evening, everyone. Or should I say, good morning? It's a few minutes past 12 a.m. The start of a new day, or for some, the end of the other day. The end. The day starts at 12 o'clock, 12 a.m. It's dark. The moon is lit somewhere on this earth. At night, you do have to think of the what ifs when it's dark outside. You can't see the birds, you can't see the skies, but you can see the twinkling of the heavens. And you can wonder about what plans does some force have on this earth? And speaking of forces, now we live in a global society. We're aware of other countries, other selves. It's not just us in our small town, us in our neighborhood. Oh no. It's country, state country, continents, right? It's vast. However, we've had the UN for, 50, 60 years, whatever. Look it up, right? And lately, the last few years, the last 5, 6, 7 years, we've heard a lot about the UN and their World Health Association, the WHO. And every so often, the WHO is always in our face. Well, recently, as opposed to a few months ago, April, they had a test called Exercise Polaris. You know what that was? Didn't hear much about it, did you? It was a 2-day simulation of global pandemic. It's almost as though the other one we had in 2020 was a, basic prelim startup. But now they've learned, and that's good. We should learn from trial and error. Now, the whole thing is, we have to wonder about a lot of things connected with pandemics, viruses. Some people say viruses don't exist. Viruses aren't natural. There's a lot of controversy about the word and the element of what a virus is. But let's leave all that behind for a moment. A crystal isotope of time. Let's think about this. Are we due for another pandemic? Another pandemic, right? And these pandemics, they're not just health. Doctor running around with his little doctor bag. No. Pandemics are like governments telling you, get indoors, don't come out. The military, everybody gets involved. Today, pandemic response involves the military and the doctors, the surgeons, the hospitals, it's big business, and the pharmaceuticals. Now, have you heard about the Frankenstein virus? Have you? Well, let me tell you about this before we throw this reading. Before we ask the spirits, are they planning on having disease X? Which could be this is actual name of a virus. It's called the Frankenstein virus. It spreads. It involves like sores, boils all over yourself, and they spread like the flu. Like, I guess if somebody sneezes, you could get, like, in theory, a hive. It looks like hives, but it is blisters, and you drool and you foam at the mouth. Your saliva just comes dripping down. You drool, and you get all these bumps and lumps, and you have a fever. And you know what? You can't eat. Maybe because you have the blisters inside your mouth too. And they have developed the Frankenstein virus. And they say it can't escape from the lab. And how have we heard this before? We have heard it can't escape from the lab. So this is like, it's like repeat. It's like an old when they used to have records, right? 47 or 87, whatever. They used to have those record players. They just get better and better, don't they? So let's just see. Let's ask the spirits. Think about it. Disease X, the Frankenstein virus, boils, blisters. Kind of like an advanced Frankenstein virus is probably actually bird flu on steroids, being hyped up in the lab, being like, jazzed up, speeded up, put a few more kinks in it for the human anatomy, right? And this one, there is no cure yet. So what better, let's say there's a food shortage, what better virus to come around than something you can't eat because you're full of blisters and boils and swollen this and that. And your mouth, your saliva, your spittle is constantly just seeping out of your body. All right, so let's go. Let's ask. Is spirit, tell us, are we in for Disease X, perhaps the Frankenstein virus? Disease X pandemic. Is it coming? Is it coming soon? It's becoming winter in the Northeast. They've tried everything, right? Northeast, it's been quiet for almost 5 years. Not 5 years, a couple of years. I think it stopped in 22, 23. Anyway, let's see. Is this virus, Disease X, coming our way? Hello. How are you? Let's take this. Let's think. Let's concentrate. Help me on this one, all right? Help me. Disease X, this one. This Disease X with its lockdown. And you know who is a military? Who gets involved? It's not only health, it's military, which means the government. And then when you get those digital IDs, they have you tagged, and then the cameras everywhere. Can you just feel the creepiness of this whole future plans? It's just a little too easy, isn't it? A little too easy. Before we all remember what COVID lockdown was like. We remember that you could not go outside. You had to stay shut in. Your neighbors were reporting you. Well, let's just here's 5 cards. Huh? Let's see this. First thing we get is the Hierophant. The Hierophant. I would take the Hierophant as an establishment. The legal part, the government, boss, the power structures. That's the word, the power structures. All right, let's take that, okay? The Hierophant as the power structures. And we have the Ace of Swords, communication, new idea. Something new is going to be announced. That almost seems as though a pandemic is going, yes, there's been Disease X, the Frankenstein virus, maybe. It could also be some other type of enhanced, vesicular, stomatic virus. It could be. And they're waiting to announce it. Do you get me? They're waiting to announce it. Ooh. And then we have the moon. We're getting some pretty intense cards, aren't we? Judgment. We're getting the Ace of Swords, an opportunity to make another dictate, as though we didn't have enough already. And then the moon. Ooh, the moon. The moon. Mysterious, unpredictable, unpredictable, not stable. You're thinking about when the date to announce it. Winter, perhaps. They've had trial runs already. What does this card say? Another Ace of Pentacles. Good prophet, good prophet, good prophet, and also earth elements. The people of the earth, the love, the life of the earth, us. This seems like a thumbs up to me, don't you think? Can't you feel the thumbs up? A new pandemic is coming with lockdowns? Seems very much. And then the Six of Cups. These Six of Cups, I would take it as coming to various places. Not one location, not two locations. These could be countries involved. Countries. We'll be drooling. Can you just see the zombie after 2 months of watching on cable? Zombies? For us to be turned into frothing zombies you can't eat, full of like bumps, seizures, and lesions all over ourselves. Can't you see that? Just like the rabbits and the deers. Death. Now, ordinarily, I take death as a new beginning. And in a way, a new pandemic is. This is a very ominous reading, isn't it? Ordinarily, I take the death card as the end and the recycling, the end of something and the beginning of something. And this could very well be the beginning of another pandemic coming. These are very strong cards. Very, very strong cards. And it was almost as though something is being planned. Death. Judgment. Death. Two aces. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. And the Six of Cups. Now, all sixes have a kind of state. Almost like this. And in this case, I would say it's a state of despair. Now, I would say that we're long overdue. According to the spirits in the universe, we're long overdue for. What do you think out there? What do you think? Do you think that the spirits tell me that we are in for something, disease X, pandemic 2? It's just all set. We have, in the United States, we have the Marines, the National Guard, we have military in our streets, our cities, under the pretense of illegals, of crime, of disorder, of everything, waste. Now, who needs to have military? The World Health Association needs to have military, right? Because that's part of their operation. Will force you to take whatever they want to do and take whatever they prescribe is best for you, not for you to make the decision yourself, because you're, as the masses, as the population, you're not considered worthy of decision making about your own body, because we live in societies. Whether they work or they don't work, they're societies, right? Societies. So I would say that this reading says, yes, we can expect something. We can accept something unpleasant. We can accept something. Something's coming, and it could very well be this enhanced bird flu, nicknamed the Frankenstein, maybe it's not even nicknamed, Frankenstein virus. A new thing in virology, a new virus. Blisters, it spreads like flu, doesn't it? Then you would think that buses, meeting places, all these group or schools, hospitals. Here we go again, right? Here we go again. And remember too, they've already had the 2-day stimulation exercise. Global, all over the frigging planet. All over the planet. Very auspicious. Very ominous. Yes, it is. Very strange. Disease X. We're going to need all the head on our shoulders, and I mean brainwaves, frequencies that we can get, because we're being led down like sheep off a cliff towards war, world war, isn't it? I want some good news. Are we getting it? Maybe 3-eye Atlas running around in our solar system, who suddenly stopped, by the way. Who's possessed? Who? Are we being driven by something non-human? These are all the questions when we asked about anything that's going to us. But this pandemic X, disease X, coming. It's coming. Remember, the death card. And this one is two-way street. Actually, I don't take the cards meaning in the traditional manner, but the feelings it provokes. Not only is this transformation, but this does not seem to be a good transformation, does it? Does it? No. The death card. I'll leave you with this, everyone. I'll leave with this. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate this. And I want your comments on this. Do you think that we are going to have another lockdown? Why not? Just like another war, another this, another that. What are they selling us these days? Misery. Miserables. That's all they're selling. But this is something that we should be aware. Stock up, stock up, stock up. Be healthy. Be healthy. Eat right. Sleep. Take care of yourself. All right? Thank you very much for joining. Until the next time. Bye-bye. Be safe. Be healthy. Be healthy.